Any property built prior to 1978 has to have a lead paint disclosure form associated with it. So if you are looking to rent out an apartment in your home or an apartment building that you own where the property was built before 1978, you are required to disclose any knowledge of lead paint or any reports of lead paint in that property. So there's two forms we're going to go over. Here's the first form, which is the actual addendum lead paint disclosure form. We call it the lead paint form. And basically it's one page and it's the address of the property. And then as a landlord, do you have any knowledge of lead paint or any reports of lead paint? If you do, you have to check off these boxes and acknowledge it, initial. And if there's any changes, like if you sign this and then you get a report afterwards, you'll have to disclose that. And if there's any changes, you'll have to make everyone aware of those changes. So you'll say if there's a change, we'll acknowledge that as well. So reports of lead paint or knowledge of lead paint has to be disclosed. Now, in my real estate career of over 20 years, I've only seen one lead paint report, formal lead paint report on a property. They do exist. They're not very common, but if a landlord, if you purchase the property and somebody had that report, you are obligated then to pass that report along to the person who's renting the apartment to review. So you will acknowledge this, you will sign it, your agent will sign the form as well. When you find a tenant to rent your apartment, they will, if there's anything to disclose, copies of reports, they have to receive that. They will receive a copy. They will acknowledge that. They will also acknowledge that they received this form here, which is the Protect Your Family from Lead in Your Home form from the EPA, which I'll go over in a second. And then they will sign that, the tenant will sign it, and their agent will sign the form. And this will be kept with the realtors on file, and the landlord and the tenant will each receive a copy as well. So this is required by law. The lead paint disclosure booklet, which is from the Environmental Protection Agency, this has to be given to the tenants, and this goes over information about lead paint, what signs of lead paint poisoning, what should be done if you think you have lead paint poisoning, etc. So this goes over everything regarding lead paint and the effects of lead paint on a person. So this has to be given to the potential tenant as well once they at lease signing. So they have to sign this and also receive a copy of this form. I will link these forms down below. If you have any questions, you can reach me at 347-448-3766 or Walter at livingonthehudson.com. Thank you.